Reports show that the United States Department of Defense spent about $93.4 billion in September 2025 alone, with roughly $50 billion spent in just the final 5 days of the fiscal year due to use-it-or-lose-it budgeting rules. Some reported purchases included $15.1 million on ribeye steak, $6.9 million on lobster tail, $2 million on Alaskan king crab, $225 million on furniture, $98,329 Steinway grand piano, $139,224 on doughnut orders. Critics argue the spike reflects structural incentives. Agencies rush to spend remaining funds so Congress won't cut their future budgets. What $93 billion could actually build? Let's translate that single-month spending into real infrastructure under the Black Infrastructure Trust (BIT) model. These numbers are conservative and based on common infrastructure costs. Housing, entire cities could be built. Average cost to build a modest home at scale is almost equal to $200,000. With $93 billion, BIT could build 465,000 homes. That is housing for roughly 1.3 to 1.5 million people. For perspective, that's more housing than exists in many major U.S. cities. It would wipe out housing insecurity in multiple states. 2. Hospitals and clinics. Average cost. Major hospital, $1 billion. Community medical center, $50 million. $93 billion could build 50 major hospitals, $50 billion. 860 community clinics, $43 billion. That would create one of the largest healthcare networks in America. And remember your BIT principle. Members receive care at cost. 3. A national black food system. Agricultural infrastructure. Large commercial farm, $5 million. Regional food processing plant, $50 million. Distribution center, $100 million. With $93 billion BIT could build 5,000 farms, $25 billion. 200 food processing plants, $10 billion. 150 regional distribution centers, $15 billion. Total, $50 billion. That alone could feed tens of millions of people and stabilize food prices. 4. A nationwide construction workforce. BIT must build its own workforce. Training plus equipment per worker is almost equal to $50,000. $10 billion investment creates 200,000 skilled workers. Industries, construction, electricians, plumbers, heavy equipment operators, solar installers. This becomes a permanent economic engine. 5. A cooperative banking system. Capital reserve for BIT Credit Union Network, $20 billion. This allows home mortgages, small business loans, infrastructure financing. A cooperative banking system like this can support hundreds of billions in lending. Why BIT can do more with less? The reason BIT could accomplish this with $93 billion is that it eliminates the cost drains that dominate government systems. 1. Contractor profit layers. Government projects often include contractor, subcontractor, consultant, compliance firm. BIT builds internal capacity instead. 2. Political spending incentives. Government spending is designed to maintain budgets. BIT spending is designed to build assets. 3. Permanent ownership. Government programs spend money. BIT creates infrastructure owned by members. Assets generate revenue. Housing rents, farm production, healthcare services, logistics fees. So the system funds itself over time. This contrast is powerful. $93 billion spent in 1 month versus $93 billion invested into permanent infrastructure. One disappears. One builds generational wealth. In a single month, the Pentagon spent $93 billion. Enough money to build nearly 500,000 homes, hundreds of hospitals, and a national food system. The issue is not that America lacks resources. The issue is that the system was never designed to build wealth for the people who need it most.
The reason that the Civil Rights Act was passed was because of the Montgomery bus boycott that lasted 18 months and almost bankrupted the city of Montgomery. These white people did not all of a sudden want to give us rights. It was because the city almost went bankrupt. That's why. The day we start remembering that America cares about money first and foremost, and not about your feelings or your freedom or your rights, things will actually get done.